It's my one life, and I give it everything I got. I am music. I am sports. I am the culture. There's a quick news break with yours truly. I'm the one and only. I go by the name of Mr. TALIAFERRO. Please make sure you're following your boy. It's on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and it's all at It's Mr. TALIAFERRO. Y'all already know around here it's your time, love, and support that I never take for granted. Every second you spend on this platform, you could easily be doing something else with your very busy and important days. So we rock out, and I appreciate your time, love, and support. Seriously, any money you made or spent on me, my brand, merchandise, we appreciate all of it, man. If it's your first time checking out one of my videos, I hope you enjoy yourself. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you get something out of this video, I hope you do. Look, this platform has been one of the epicenters of the culture for hip-hop news over the last 3 or 4 years. So welcome. All right, let's get right into it. Lil Uzi Vert made some shockwaves on the internet this week as he claims he got a $24 million diamond placed in his head. It's around the forehead area. It's a little off-center right now, but according to Lil Uzi, that's because of the swelling. Philly, y'all gotta hold this L. Look, Lil Uzi obviously was trying to make a statement. I saw on social media he flat-foot told a fan, "I can't believe I got this stone either. I'm moving super different. I'm literally trying to turn into a diamond." Before we get into the comment section and start judging Lil Uzi, first off, he had an incredible start to 2020. I wonder if he's going to drop more music this year. We'll see. Let me just say this. I have given every rapper a pass for the next year or so. It started in 2020 and it's going to probably extend to midway 2022. And why am I doing that? With the pandemic, things are just different, bro. Rappers don't got concerts, no show money, no tour money. The attention that they used to have is not the same. There's really no incentive to drop a lot of music right now outside of literally just trying to make money to make ends meet and pay a lot of those bills that you got. It ain't really the coolest to be a rapper right now. That's my hot take. That's my hot take. It's all for me. You know, I've never rapped or laid down a bar in my life, right? Not seriously, at least. For me, this is the first time where I am happy that I am not a rapper, that I did not choose that career path. Because to me, it's just really not that cool to be a rapper. And because of that, I am not judging rappers and some of the moves they make, because I know a lot of these dudes are just bored. They in the house more than they ever been. A lot of these dudes are looking for ways to create any type of uproar or keep attention around their name. I'm not judging Lil Uzi. Maybe you will, to each his own. Hey man, would I ever do it? Would I get a diamond placed into my head? Absolutely not. But have y'all seen my hairline as of recent? It's getting crazy. Come on now. Why would I do that? This hairline is immaculate. But hey, Uzi did. Shout out to him. Now, a lot of people online are calling Lil Uzi a copycat because another rapper, and I call him more of an influencer than a rapper at this point. Shout out to Houston's own Sauce Walka. Just a few weeks ago, he got a diamond placed in the cheek. And I came on this platform and said, man, y'all call Sauce Walka whatever you want to call him, but make sure the name calling starts with influencer, because that's what he's been over the last few years. And he flat-foot said he bet a lot of rappers would try to start copying his swag, his wave, his juice of getting diamonds placed in their face.
Do the beat this. How you gonna do? Where you gonna put a diamond in? What you gonna do? Put it in your cheekbone? We gonna do put it in your chin? What you gonna do? Put a big put it in your forehead? Who you think he is? Who you think he is? The Avatar? What you gonna do? Blow up?
Yeah, so Uzi said he got a $24 million diamond placed in his face. I'm not sure if that price point is accurate. If he paid $24 million for that, including the service, he might have got plucked, by the way. From every article that I read about it, which was too much, apparently that service wouldn't be $24 million. Like, can you imagine bumping into Lil Uzi? Look, I don't even rob or steal from people. I don't do that. I don't play those games, people. Bro, if I see somebody walking around with $24 million in their face, I might take a shot. And I say that respectfully to Uzi in his camp. I'm just saying, bro, $24 million in your face. What would stop a person from just snatching that bad boy off like a pimple? Just give me that. Give me that $24 million. So I don't believe it's $24 million worth of diamond. Hopefully he didn't pay that much. Hopefully he's exaggerating by a lot of money. But obviously you understand what he's saying. That he put a nice bit of change in his face. Apparently if it comes out the wrong way, he could kill himself. Like, that's how serious this is, all right? Now, 21 Savage was on Clubhouse, and we'll get into Clubhouse more at the end of this news break. Apparently 21 Savage doesn't really believe the wave of rappers getting real diamonds placed into their faces and all that. He talked about Sauce Walka's diamond in his cheekbone during a Clubhouse. He called it cubic zirconium. Check it out.
Sauce Walka do the same thing though? Don't Sauce Walka got a diamond in his head too? Or is it in his face?
Walka, I think Sauce Walka got Cuban zirconium.
He got teardrops.
This shit wild.
But you do know who I'm talking about. Shut your bitch up before I get to talking about you. You don't want me to expose you. Selling that boy.
Now you know that was gonna get a response out of Sauce Walka. He also added Hayden and Pillow talking to them hoes, 21 Savage. IG got you punk niggas hurt, huh? Fuck it, new classics dropping, grab your phone. Now this exchange between 21 and Sauce Walka continued in their DMs. Y'all know rappers are sensitive nowadays, but I'm happy this one happened. 21 said, I don't want no smoke, gang. Sauce Walka responded by saying, don't do that, blood. LL, you know I'm a funny MFer. I still remember Lil 21 running around with the Maybach hot. In 2015, I had 60K on my neck in Atlanta, all off of a bitch reel. You remember? We good, bird, but you almost was a new Instagram Sauce classic. 21 told Sauce straight up and down, I still think that shit's ugly, bro. You can't get mad at that. I ain't gonna call you no bitch ass nigga though, gang. That's gonna turn to some more shit. And then Sauce Walka agreed to say, he said exactly, and a couple other things. But, you know, look, 21 is just on Clubhouse board, and he was just having fun. It wasn't something serious, but again, you can't even make a comment about an artist nowadays without it being taken too far. I don't think that's where this was Sauce Walka was going. I think Sauce was going to actually get online and have some fun with 21 Savage and probably tell some old stories. And 21 was like, hold on, I don't want no smoke. Let's not do that. All right. And then 21 established like, yo, when we start using that B word, it could get kind of crazy. Seriously. But hey, all fun and games. 21 is a jokester. I love how 21 Savage, I love how he takes the internet not too serious, right? He doesn't take it too serious because life has been real for him. So I've always respected how he moved online. Just fun and games to him. And Sauce Walka is the king of fun and games. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Lil Uzi and Sauce Walka's recent purchases that include putting jewelry into their face. From money to more money, a couple of Hawks fans were at the center of a basketball game that included my Los Angeles Lakers. I actually got the Lakers hoodie on right now. LeBron and the Lakers defeated the Atlanta Hawks 107-99. They took care of business. LeBron was clutch in the fourth quarter. This is not my sports platform, so I'll leave that there. Just take my word for it. Anywho, towards the end of the game, LeBron got into it with a fan that apparently he has a history with, or at least this fan apparently doesn't like LeBron and thinks him and LeBron got some type of beef. It's a gentleman by the name of Chris Carlos. I don't know what this man does for a living outside of taking steroids, but he is a big dude. And apparently he's not the biggest fan of LeBron James. And I don't know if you know this or not, but the Hawks, that State Farm Arena, they're allowing 8% of the capacity inside of the building right now, including people on the front row, which I just don't understand at all. But Chris Carlos apparently said something to LeBron. I read, and I actually went and pulled some of the video from this game, and I saw that LeBron actually told him, sit your old steroid ragged ass down. LeBron did say that back to bruh. And then this gentleman's wife got involved. Her name is Juliana Carlos. They're calling her Courtside Karen, though, online. They've been tearing her up online all week. She's jumped in and claimed LeBron called her B word and told her to sit down and all that. I was not able to find any audio of LeBron telling her to sit down B. All right, now he did tell her to sit down, but I ain't seen no audio of him calling her a B word. That would be very detrimental to King James's brand. Why would he do that? That come on now. I'm sure a lot of people have said a lot worse to LeBron. He knows how to handle this at this point in his career. So this chick got all fired up. She got ejected from the game alongside her husband and whoever was with them, excuse me. And she continued her dismay as she was exiting State Farm Arena. Check it out.
Got kicked out of the game for talking LeBron James, for talking to my husband. This is such. Listen, let me tell you. LeBron James looked at my husband during the game and cussed him out, and I stood up and I go, don't talk to my husband. Talk to my husband one more time and I will f you up. And he started fighting with me. He goes, shut your mouth. I go, you shut your. So, I'm minding my own business, and Chris has been a Hawks fan forever. He's been watching the games for 10 years, whatever. He has this issue with LeBron. I don't have an issue with LeBron. I don't give a LeBron. Anyway, I'm minding my own business, drinking my wine, having fun. All of a sudden, LeBron says something to my husband, and I see this, and I stand up and go, don't talk to my husband. And he looks at me and he goes, sit down, call me, you sit, get the here. And I go, don't talk to my husband like that. Don't talk to my husband. And he literally was like, sit down, bitch. All of a sudden, now I'm getting kicked out. Excuse me, I have courtside seats that I pay for. LeBron, you're out of here. You're gonna let a 25-year-old girl intimidate you during a game? Bye. Yo, I truly cannot fathom how whack some of you guys are. I don't know about you guys, but if my girl was at a game and someone was talking to me and my girl didn't stand up for me, I would reevaluate that relationship. So for all of you clowns saying, your wife's a gold digger, guess what? If I was a gold digger, I would sit back and mind my beeswax and I wouldn't open my mouth. But guess what? I'm not a gold digger. That's my husband. I love him. If someone disrespects him, I will check him, whether it's LeBron James or a...
After all that ish, that courtside Karen talk, she's now backpedaling all of that. She said about Monday's game, to say things escalated quickly at yesterday's game is an understatement. I want to apologize for losing my cool and removing my mask in the heat of the moment. My husband is a huge sports fan, and we're passionate people. And let's be real, sports wouldn't be sports without a little trash talking. What should have been a quick back and forth between two adults got out of hand, and my natural instinct was to stand up for the man that I'm in love with. Did I get defensive when that happened? Yes. Did I use offensive language when I could have taken the high road? Yes. And for these things, I fully take responsibility. It's all right, courtside Karen. Everybody get drunk. Look, y'all clearly got the bread to be on the front row. LeBron wasn't tripping. LeBron after the game actually said if he had it his way, the fans wouldn't have been ejected, because he's so desperate to have fans in the building. So look, everything is okay. As a matter of fact, I heard courtside Karen and her husband will not lose their access to their season tickets with the Hawks. It is what it is, bro. What I don't like, though, is her putting out that narrative that LeBron called her the B word. Like, come on now, LeBron's one of the most important people we got in our culture. The things that he does for black people, we don't need no quotes out there with LeBron calling any woman a B. Nah, he too important to our culture right now. Don't do that. That's whack. And that is courtside Karen. That is Karen behavior. Making up some mess when it's the little girl that cried wolf when things don't go your way. And that's why they calling you courtside Karen. And you have also had a lot of plastic surgery to go with that courtside ticket that you had. I mentioned to you guys that the Atlanta Hawks were allowing 8% capacity in their arenas for their basketball games. Well, the Weeknd, he's taking those arenas to the next level. So as the Weeknd gets ready to perform at the Super Bowl halftime this weekend, he also announced a world tour for 2022. Now, let's be clear. This is just good marketing from the Weeknd. I understand why him and his team did that, because it's like, if we got these dates booked next year, while all this attention is going to be on my social media platforms just to name the Weeknd, Super Bowl is the biggest event in our country by a long shot every year. He's like, why don't I just put these dates out there for the tour just to put it on people's minds, right? But obviously with COVID, like you can't do shows right now. The Weeknd, he would like to do 100% capacity, and that's just unfortunate, and it's not going to happen right now unless this vaccine makes its way around, which is I'm sure what the Weeknd is hoping for. It ain't gonna be no world tour for the Weeknd as of right now, but he's clearly already booked venues and started to pursue a world tour. I mean, it's a crazy lineup. He's trying to do a lot of dates. He was one of the artists that was prepared to go on tour last year before COVID just swiped and wiped everything out. He dropped new music last year. But hey, y'all let me know. Would y'all be here for a tour in 2022? Let's just say if 80-85% of people took the vaccine. I think that's the number that Dr. Fauci said. Don't quote me on that. He said he believes the world will be close to back to normal when 80-85% of America, at least for our country, at least 80-85% of the people have taken the vaccine. Right now, we're at 2% people that have taken the vaccine. and we need to get like 80-85%. Y'all let me know what y'all be here for, a tour, a concert of that magnitude around that many people next year if you ain't already done. Some of y'all already been at shows already, so it ain't gonna be nothing new to y'all if you can go. And while we're talking Super Bowl, y'all let me know, are you looking forward to the weekend at halftime? And who do you got winning a big game? Patrick Mahomes and the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs are taking on the GOAT, Tom Brady, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Y'all let me know y'all scores in the comment box below. For me, I'm going to roll with the Chiefs. I think the spread is 3.5. I'm going to say the Chiefs cover. My final score is 31-27 for the big game. Y'all don't want to bet me. I'll take all your money. Don't do it. That's the magical score I'm giving y'all, though. If you are putting your money up somewhere, 31-27 is the score that I'm going for. I say Patrick Mahomes wins back-to-back championships alongside back-to-back Super Bowl MVPs. For all my football fans out there, my college football video game fans out there, NCAA football is making its return. The announcement came earlier in the week. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so damn happy about this. It's the football game that most of us think is the best of all time. This series of college football games is coming back. It'll be making its way back to next-gen consoles. I read the articles pertaining to what went into EA Sports' decision to bring this game back, you know, with all the colleges and everything. So here's what I've found out. Number one, you will not be able to use players' likenesses, right? So right now it's still prohibited to use real names of athletes that play for colleges. So it'll be all created player based. Dynasty mode, all that stuff will return. The name of the game has changed, though. It now will be called EA Sports College Football. That's a new name. It won't be like NCAA 2022-2023 anymore. Speaking of the year, it will not happen this year. So you will not be getting the NCAA 2022. It won't be coming in the fall. At the earliest next year, but the game is currently in development. I'm super geeked up. I got a PlayStation 5. Y'all want to holler at me on there? Y'all, you know, I already know how I give it up. Y'all don't want to see me in 2K, but I'm not the biggest Madden fan. So for me, finally a football game that I enjoy, as NCAA football will be making its return, now called EA Sports College Football. Can't wait to see that bad boy return. And last but not least, I want to send a congratulations up. I believe this dude is the greatest of this generation in hip-hop at creating content. Joe Budden and his podcast got a new deal in the works. On the last episode, they announced that they will be taking their talents to Patreon. Yes, so if you don't know a lot about Patreon, I'm a guy that not only watches hip-hop based content, sports based content, I watch a lot of tech YouTubers nowadays, so I can just kind of stay ahead of the game. Patreon's been a big thing in the tech community, but it's good to see Joe Budden bring that big of a demographic over to Patreon. So from what I was told and what I've seen online, it looks like there will be 3 tiers of the Joe Budden podcast on Patreon. You could pay for a $5 subscription, a $10 subscription, and a $25 subscription. So if you pay for the subscriptions, you obviously get more content, extra episodes. The more you go up, the more you get. The more access you get, the discounts and all that great stuff. And specifically Joe Budden, he's heading over to Patreon with a new role. All right, he has been named the head of creator equity at Patreon. So congratulations to that brother. That's a big deal. I think that's where negotiation starts nowadays. People ain't just signing on with companies for nothing. They want some type of role in the company. They want to know that things are going to be good going forward. And it's dope to see a platform like Joe's podcast grow. I've been watching it for a long time, and to see it become this big of a deal in the culture, I'm excited to see where it goes. Now, do I like the move? Absolutely not. Patreon ain't nothing special to me. I'm happy that Joe's got the role over there at Patreon. I think it's a big deal. But in regards to taking the podcast, I fundamentally disagree with some of the business moves that Joe Budden has made over the last couple years. I'm rooting for the brother. I think he's the best in our generation at creating content. Not as good a businessman as he is as creating content. That's my opinion. That's my perspective. I'm entitled to it. I don't know if I'm going to pay for a tier, but y'all let me know if you are a supporter of the Joe Budden podcast. Will you be giving him a little bit of that change a month to that podcast for a subscription? I think you'll still get an episode or 2 of the Joe Budden podcast on YouTube and streaming platforms. But for that exclusive next level content, you will now have to pay a monthly subscription to get it from the JBP boys. Shout out to them. All right. I think they're going to make a lot of money, by the way. Let me be clear. I think Maul, Rory, them, I think they're gonna make a lot of money because they got a huge following. But when we talk about, I heard Spotify offered them $20 million. And look, I know it would have been you would have gave away your licensing and your control. $20 million is $20 million. All right, look, that's all I'm saying. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment box below. I thank you guys so much for rocking out with me. It's a very long news break, but hey, the content is good. Hopefully you think that. Thank y'all so much for the time, love, and support is what I will never take for granted. Let me know what you think about some of these news stories in the comment box below. And please do, I know your time is very valuable. If you don't have all the time in the world to watch every news break, check the description. We now have the timestamp. So if you got 3 minutes here, 5 minutes there, you can surf through the news and just kind of go with what you value the most at that moment until you're able to watch the episode in its totality. All right, I'm out. Catch 4 new episodes of FERRO's music-based platform every day only on YouTube at It's Mr. TALIAFERRO. You can also find clips, updates, giveaways, and more on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, also at It's Mr. TALIAFERRO. For all basketball fans, make sure you tune in to FERRO's daily highlights, reports, and commentary on YouTube at FERRO, and even more updates on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at FERRO as well.